Hi guys. So I'm going to close Facebook because it confuses me. um, I want to talk about this beautiful experience that's happening right now. This really amazing availability to a whole new level of rejuvenation, um, life force, vitality. I mean, for many, many years, when I'm going through really deep exhaustion, I would curl into a fetal position and put my hand on my solar plexus, right above the belly button, between the belly button and the rib cage. And I would do this, and sometimes I would just feel like I was I was going to have to go to sleep because the exhaustion was so severe. And I would just go in the other room if I was like at a party or an event or something, and I would get into this position and I would start feeding off of the 0 point in my solar plexus. It was like I was being reborn. I was going from a feeling of like near death to vital life that would come into me, and I'd be able to access it in chunks to be able to continue my life. Instead of having to go home and go to sleep all the time, I could be at a party and go in the other room and actually get this rejuvenation, this immaculate conception nectar is what it feels like. And everything that was just exhausted would be replenished with this burst of vital life force. So it's not like this is totally new. This Rasha body, this dark matter template, has been available for a while, but it has been more difficult to source. Right now, it is becoming easier and easier to source this 0 point field within the self. And that's great news. Great news for us that are needing replenishment and rejuvenation. These headphones are funny. I really don't even need headphones right now. Um, pull this out. Hopefully that doesn't cause a noise. But anyway, so what's possible in the alchemy that takes place in this field? It's like a fertile field of, the fecundity of soil that is super fertile, like the earthworms have broken it down, and or the mushrooms or whatever we put on the soil, right, to really create this fecundity where new life can just sprout. Um, that's what this dark matter template is. Now, I think ultimately this will lead to immortality. It will heal everything in physical creation because it is our divine source code, right? This is like a pretty bold testament to say that this will heal everything in creation. I believe that it will. Every distortion, every illness, aging, right? The pituitary that puts forth that death hormone that signals um, death and decay. Well, that's completely will be undone by this dark matter template. There is no limit to its power. It's just a matter of sourcing it and distributing it through the whole body so it can rewrite everything inorganic with its organic living light. And so we're really on the precipice of a most exciting time for returning to radiant and vital health. Now, I don't know how much of you guys know, most of you probably who watch my videos know this. I've been dealing with lots of exhaustion for so many years. I can't remember when I would have spurts of energy, right, where I could walk with Frank, or I could swim in the river for a little while, or I could even dance for like 15 minutes. I'd have spurts of energy, but the rest of the time, exhaustion. Just absolute not moving. not wanting to move. That's how it's been since 1983. Actually, 1986 is when it began. And so this is like this new life force that I finally have this hope, this knowing that I will be able to be vitally alive in this body and feel the pranic life force circulating through my being, especially into the adrenals, right? Because for me, I had severe adrenal exhaustion due to so much trying and efforting and just feeling like life was a freaking burden, right? Well, this is the opposite. When you get in to this dark matter template, it just gives and gives and gives like you are drinking the mother's milk. It just gives. It is here to rehabilitate, to give. It doesn't ask anything of us. We just have to stop and rest in it. That's all we have to do. We have to stop and sink into the 0 point right there between the rib cage, right there. You know, I press on my belly button a lot of times to access it, almost like I'm drinking from an umbilical cord to Divine Mother. And so there's this alchemy of the father energy, right, which is the electric energy, and the mother energy, which is the magnetic energy. And inside the 0 point, right, that is where the merge happens. And again, I feel it like fertile soil. It feels like I'm just sinking into the most fertile soil, and the magic is happening in that soil. This marriage of the masculine and feminine is so complete that it's generating the source code for all life. It's kind of like the fountain of youth, right? The fountain of eternal vitality that is in there is just amazing. And like I said, I've been accessing it in emergencies, right? Like I remember when I had to do a concert and I had to show up, and I would just go into that spot because I knew that I'd done it before, that the vital life could come from that spot. But now it is open at a whole new level, and it is available if we can stop. Because when we mentalize an effort and get on the treadmill of the human doing, we cannot fully access it. We just can't. It's like you're riding a bicycle right above it. You have to stop all efforting and drop in to this fertile field that's just holding you, right? That you fall into this thing and it births you anew. And so really the only limitation is how deep can we fall into the arms of this all healing force, right? And how much can we open to allow it to give us everything it wants to give us. It wants to give us eternal life. It wants to return us to our divine angelic humanity, which is immortal. Death was not how God designed us. And this is what returns us to our godhood, right? This is Mother giving us everything she wants to give us, which is divine eternal life, radiant health, joy, peace, ease. This morning, I was so tired that I could barely move. I was like, I don't think I can fly to Los Angeles. I need to just go to a hospital. And I sunk into this essence in my solar plexus. I sunk in, and it only took, it took 20 minutes of allowing this stuff this eternal nectar to infuse me. And I was able to walk a mile with Frank and walk the dog, and I was vitally alive. So it's literally, this is the most miraculous essence that I think we will ever experience. And it can take you from what feels like death's door into vibrantly alive. And of course, we have to keep sourcing it. We have to keep distributing it. And it will bring us to full radiance and full immortality. If we can, depending on our ability to receive it, right? And that's we're being mutated so that we can receive this substance. You know, it may be ego death, it may stop you in your tracks and not let you manifest, not let you mentalize, not let you effort. Like right now, I'm on total prohibition for efforting at anything because Divine Mother wants to give me this. And so it's like, okay, there's no effort. If it's not flowing right into me, I'm not doing it. I'm not sure how money's going to come, but I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that my housemate is paying rent. I'm hopefully my healing process, as I really master this vitality and accessing it, I want to teach this to others. I want to teach this to people who have anxiety, who have depression, who have fatigue. Oh my God, right? I want to teach availability to this radiant, immaculate conception nectar through returning to our place as human beings and stopping that treadmill of efforting to be something we're not or to get somewhere we're not. That's the non-being, right? In my life coaching, the main focus is to rest in beingness and allow this beautiful force to rewrite our lives anew in the most graceful ease and joy. And somehow our manifestation of our abundance, our financial abundance, is emanating out of that pure presence. We don't have to leave that pure presence to try and make money. We literally are just overflowing with pure presence, which guides our movement into creation. So that there's no, okay, I make money on this side and I'm healthy and radiant on this side. Instead, it's all one great circuitry, right? And this is the new earth. This is the new creation. Eventually we won't have money at all. But I think the spirit and soul of money wants to experience riding on the wings of this eternal nectar and being an outpressing extension of this eternal nectar. That's what money wants, because money is pure love. I took a class called the Soul of Money, or Money Loves You. Love money. Money loves you. And we really learned about how the essence of money is this incredible love. But it's been used in this dimension. It's been used in this system to create a lot of suffering. But the spirit of money longs to just abundantly circulate through humanity in direct connection with well-being. Money longs to ride on the wings of well-being. What a concept, huh? So I haven't exactly learned how to do this yet, but I'm thinking this is part of my life. This is part of, because the experience of not having money, the experience of trying to have money and having money and health be completely diametrically opposed. Well-being, spiritual freedom, joy, and then money. They were totally different. You know, they were diametrically opposing, right? You're either enslaved and you make money, or you're free and you're in joy and you're in poverty, right? That's how it was. That's how it's always been. And so I know there's this merging in the new creation that's coming. And we're all going to watch this unfold. I don't think anybody knows exactly how, but this is going to unfold. This is the next step for us in our financial destiny and our relationship with money and with life and with love and with healing. So, okay, I didn't know I was going to talk about that. All right, so I just wanted to, let's just take some deep breaths. Let's just put one hand and press in, really press in. There can be a lot of sort of a shell over this fertile field, over this nectar. It's almost like it's inside an egg. And so you have to move through the eggshell and push through till you can feel the nectar flowing. So let's just do that right now. One hand on the heart and one hand right down there. This is the center point of all union in acupuncture. The space between the belly button and the top of the bottom of the rib cage. Right in there is that incredible center point of all union. And that's where the nectar is accessed through that center point of all union. And so just feeling in the breath, drinking of that beautiful nectar. Being offered to us so fully right now, so freely, if we can just stop. And receive. Planting ourselves in that fertile ground. And letting that glorious love do the rest. Until we are born as a mountain of radiant life. Resurrected on the breath of Mother's love. Okay, I think I'll sign off on that note. So much love to everyone. Bye for now.